there are ways that it will affect real estate. There's ways that more ways that it will affect your personal life, and that's not really what I'm here to talk about. But what I wanted to hear from you guys about is, do you understand what it means? Like really what it means?
Yep.
Do you say yes?
Yep.
Who here says yes?
Me.
Who here would say no?
I'm fussing now.
Okay. And so last year when they were talking about it, I was like, I'm going to say no because I just don't see how it affects me in my daily life. And now I do.
At the time, I felt police.
Say that again, Dave?
Last year, I felt like it was being policed just right, but now it's a little bit worried.
Yeah, now maybe this year it's different. That's kind of how I felt. I want to pay attention a little more. Julie, give me like a 5-second, 5-sentence, what you think it's going to mean.
Your accessibility is limited, your speed is limited, your information is limited. And depending on how much more you want to pay to get into it, how much faster you want. The more money you pay, the more accessibility you're going to have to, more information you're going to have to different sites, you're going to have to your cable speed.
Right. So I think of it like this. The cab industry sucked, okay? Smelly cab drivers, they charge too much, and they're always late. Hey, Dave.
Hey, guys. Speaking of always late.
Speaking of always late, no, he's just
Walked in
right on
right
time. Thank you, Dave.
Hey.
Hi.
Dave, we are talking about net neutrality.
Oh, nice.
Okay? And I'm sure with the vast knowledge that you have some opinions. But I was just really explaining my opinion of it. So I was using the cab analogy, which is going to lead into Uber. So the cab industry was charging too much, and they just weren't offering the service. Therefore, Uber, Lyft, and everything else, ride shares have come up. And you think, oh my goodness, it only cost me $12 to get downtown. Do you know how many cab rides I've taken to take downtown for $30 in a smelly cab? Yet, on the way home from the cab downtown on a Friday night, it cost me $36 to take Uber. It's actually more money than the cab. And the Uber driver, was friendly, but was that worth more money? And so what they're doing is they're surging and they're throttling based on traffic. And I'm not talking about traffic. And that's what net neutrality is here to do. It's here to Uberize the internet. So when you go to Comcast and you say, I would like to have the all-encompassing package, the triple play, I want the sports radio, I want all that good stuff all in one bundle. They go, congratulations, we have that package, and it's $199 a month. Now, there won't be an all-encompassing package, just like in Sprint and Verizon, where they say, hey, unlimited minutes. They're doing away with all of those now. They basically teased me out of it. I had an unlimited plan with Sprint. And they said, would you like this new phone? I said, I would. I would like to have my free upgrade. We don't do free upgrades anymore. Well, what do you mean? Well, it says it's free. Oh, it's free, but we're taking you off of your plan and putting you on a new one. You can stay grandfathered in. The phone's $1,000. So everyone is getting away to start throttling how much you do per minute, because unlimited is considered a loss for those greedy broadband bastards. Now, so if Comcast says, or CenturyLink, or all these other companies that are out there selling us, this internet, access to the internet, they're going to say, you know what, Google gets a lot of traffic. So if you'd like to use Google, it's provided in your service, we're going to charge you more money. Otherwise, you're going to have to go to Bing, bang, bang, bang. If in other words, Google won't be accessed, you won't be able to type it in. It won't come.
Everything's going to be all apart as opposed to.
Everything is going to be all apart. You can buy the Google package. If you like to watch Netflix,
There's a charity package.
yeah. If you want to use Netflix, they're going to charge you more for your internet if you go to the Netflix site and stream video. If you say, well, screw that, I'm going to cancel my Netflix account. Netflix doesn't want you to do that. Netflix will say, tell you what, we're going to allow you to access Netflix. We're going to charge you more money. And Netflix will buy the broadband for you to use. So all of the companies out there are worried. This is where I'm not more worried about us as a consumer figuring out a way to do it. You know why? I can get my Google from Bing. I don't care. I can get my so in the real estate industry they're saying Zillow. Well, get my realtor.com. I don't need to go to Zillow. I'm okay with that. All of these systems are actually going to level the playing field for these bigger companies. But the bigger companies are saying that they're going to lobby to do away with it. And if they don't, they'll end up paying for the service so you don't stop using their site. So they'll say, come to Zillow for free. We're now included in every package because we just bought off Comcast. The problem with this is media is the only one that stands to win. And who owns Realtor.com?
George Soros.
Rupert Murdoch. Media only stands to win. They're going to win by us giving them money to Comcast. Why do you think we're hearing about these antitrust lawsuits right now with Time Warner trying to buy, all these companies? It's because they stand to win-win if this wins. There's no lose for them. I think this is the most scariest thing I've ever seen from enough power behind megalomaniac companies. It's not about us because I think real estate it would be unaffected.
There's so many different kinds of providers though for internet. I mean, some people have Comcast, but Comcast is not even available to me at my house. I have to have some wireless access point. So, I mean, it's just, who's gonna charge me?
So let's say you're rural.
Right.
I don't know how this is going to affect rural because they pretty much have a monopoly. Like, oh hey, you have this choice or airtime. Would you like to read a book or we give you the internet? So I think that's even more scary is when you have zero choices.
Right.
But here in the suburbs of the Silicon Forest, I think we have 2 or 3 choices at best. Xfinity is Comcast, Frontier is Verizon. And Dish can, I think, get some satellite access you pay. It's very limited. So CenturyLink is in some neighborhoods, but not others. But most houses, yes, in the city there might be 4 or 5 choices, but most houses really only have 2 and at 3. Usually 2 are competitive. The third is whack. Like nobody gets that one. It's not good at all. So when you have 2 choices, it's almost like gas stations. They're across the street from each other. They may have a war to see who can be the penny less, but they're still paying $100 a barrel, so you're still going to pay what it costs for them to get it sent to you.
So I did away with Comcast. I got fed up with them, kicked them out of my house. I got Apple TV and Hulu. My brother-in-law has Apple and Sling. And then I just pick each channel that I want, and I get the app on the
But
TV.
don't you have to have internet to get
You have to have internet to get that.
Frontier, but I got the little package.
So you got rid of Comcast, good for you. You went to Frontier, you're still giving one of the 2 providers all of your business. You're no longer looking at TV on Comcast, but you're getting your internet through a broadband company called Frontier.
Right.
And what if Frontier says to you now that Apple TV, because it's the most popular, is now going to cost you double and you're stuck with Hulu instead? That's what's coming. That's what I'm saying. You're going to regret switching from Comcast at that time because you're going to say, well, shit, I paid the same amount of money for Frontier now because I need to have my Apple TV. I should have just stayed with Comcast. Well, Comcast will do the same thing. Everyone is kind of going to end up paying more money to use the internet here at the office, RMLS.com. Who knows what RMLS web's going to happen? They're going to say, oh, you guys seem to go to that website a lot. And so if you keep going to that website, we're going to throttle you. You know what? You can't have that many accesses to that one website. We're going to say slow it down, or you pay us more. It's almost hostage. I really do think that. I really think we're in trouble. I don't think this thing has a chance to not pass.
It's like an airline industry.
They basically said that everyone in the Senate is saying, no problem, we'll do it. I have so many Comcast people in my back pocket, I cannot not vote on this. It's a sad thing. I mean, the Senate bills are public votes. It should be closed votes. Because everyone gets to look, you know what? Do you remember how many hookers I bought you and you voted against this? I will expose you. You know this thing about sexual assault is all over the internet. I will add your name to this.
Well, the problem is a lot of these companies buy their internet availability through Comcast. So even like small regional companies are paying Comcast for their internet, but you just write a check for them. So it all comes back to the 2 or 3 major suppliers in the country, Comcast being the first one. And for most of us, cable internet is the only real fast internet to get. If you have the, right by your house, the fiber optics that some of these people are putting down, then you're gonna have fast internet too. But if you don't have that, you can't really stream much.
You're going to throttle us.
Yeah.
They're gonna say, this is too much use, you're gonna have to pay us more if you want more use. They already do that now, but now they're gonna do it a la carte wise. They're gonna say, this site costs more than that site. Netflix costs more, YouTube costs more. You know, just think about it. We're just trying to start right now. I don't know if it was successful, Dave or Catherine. It was?
Yep.
Something right?
I don't know if Dave's on
Start live YouTube broadcasting our sales meeting. I would like you guys to, if you're not here, to be able to virtually be here. Not unless net neutrality charges me too much money for YouTube, I'm gonna have to say no to that wonderful idea. But if they say no to Gmail and Google, well, we do our meetings with Google right now. Everything may change. And unless Google says, all right, we're gonna have to pay money to Comcast, we're gonna strike a deal with Comcast. No throttling Google on Comcast. We're gonna try to steal business from one to the other. And then we would say, okay, we're gonna go with Comcast. And then Google says, well, we can't afford to do this more. We're gonna actually have to pay for anyone to have Gmail and all these other things. So there'll be subscriber fees. It's literally going to steal money out of your pockets. And nothing is free, but we get stuck with ads all the time. We're gonna look at parkbench.com right now so we can access the internet for free, which is fine. Google makes a lot of money off the advertisements. Anyway, anybody have any other take on that?
Sucks.
Well, thank you, Dave, for these schnacks.
Sure.
I'm going to have a schnack. And Dave, do you have any wonderful news in
I have
lending?
positive news.
Okay, thank you.
Just released today. So the new conforming loan limits on January 1 are going from 424,100 to 453.
What county?
Anywhere in the United States.
But it used to be county to county, right?
The minimum, there's maximum, if you're in a higher area, which Oregon has now, you actually get higher than that, but the minimum across the country is gonna be 453,100.
What am I thinking of county? Am I thinking
FHA?
FHA?
Yeah,
So
County.
conventional doesn't have a limit.
This just came out this morning,
As of
literally this
January
news.
1st?
Yes.
Man, I cannot wait to make some phone calls.
So we assume that VA is gonna go up with it, because they usually do, 453,100. Hasn't been announced from FHA or VA yet. It's a pretty safe assumption it's gonna happen, but they don't have to. And FHA will highly likely raise their limits as well, although FHA, when you get to 430,000, most people, with few exceptions, don't go FHA unless they absolutely have to. So, but VA will be a good one too, because.
So 453,100?
As of
Wow.
I'll leave these here, I'll
Yeah.
review them up. They literally just announced this morning out of nowhere. So, and that'll be effective for closings, not applications. So if you know you've got somebody now or somebody in December who wants to close in January, you can go ahead and make offers. And we can go ahead and do letters based on that list as of January 1. Fannie and Freddie haven't updated their software to get the actual approvals then for that amount yet, but we're assuming that that's gonna happen in the next few days.
That helps with our middle class.
I know, I was thinking about you when I saw that. And even people, so if you're putting 5% down, you can still do the 5% down, that takes you over, 475, over 475 to be able to put an offer with 5% down.
I have a client who insisted on USAA despite my several attempts to say, don't waste your time, it's a horrible experience. I said, no, we'll go with it. Man, those USAAs are so loyal. Anyway, 424, right? They were looking at homes up to 450. They had, so much down, but it became an issue because they could only get so much money. And they didn't like homes under 450. They wanted homes over 450. And they said, we're just gonna have to save more money down. I won't go jumbo, won't even discuss it. Won't, had a ton of other excuses.
Sorry.
Anyway, so he basically pulled out of a $440,000 property that we had in escrow, backed out because it needed more repairs, and he was using all his money for his down payments. And he said, I'm out. And he goes, by the way, I'm out for at least a year or so. Because we're just going to stay renting, re-sign our lease, and save up money so we can buy a better house. And I said, can I at least play one devil's advocate for you? I stand by your decision. I'm not going to talk you out of any of this. But let me just throw in just a little bit of, grain of salt. What if in 1 year your interest rate is a point higher and your down payment is $150 higher? And what if that property that you wanted that was $450 today is $470 tomorrow? You are now paying more money for the same house and paying a bigger payment because your rate went up because you wanted to save a little bit of money. I mean, wouldn't it make more sense to buy a home today that may not meet all of your needs and fix it up over time and earn that equity and all that good stuff? He says, nope.
Really?
So what I would like to do is it's just got a bit of good news. A little angel came and dropped off some snacks and dropped this news on me about the conventional going up to $453, which you add that to his $30,000, $40,000 down, and now he's in the $5,000.
Let me throw in one more thing about VA too, because a lot of the surprisingly the bigger USAA and maybe Federal Credit Union, who are two of the bigger VA lenders in the country, they don't do manual underwriting, and they also sometimes don't do the jumbo, the higher limit VA. So if you're not aware how VA works, you can borrow 100% up to currently $424,100, and we assume $453,100 in January. Anything over that, you have to put 25% down of the amount over that.
Right, not
Correct.
the total,
So
right.
it isn't a lot. So if you're $20,000 over, you just got to come up with $4,000,
Yeah.
Right.
not $20,000. Now the rates can change on that, but often if they have decent credit, it isn't much different on that program, and they still don't pay mortgage insurance. So just keep that in mind if you have a VA buyer that you can bump them up a little bit without a lot of money. I'd be very surprised if VA didn't jump to the $453,100 if we don't see announcements from them in the next few days. I'll let you know when I hear for
Please
sure,
do.
but I think you can almost assume that because they historically have always just gone with the conforming limits for their.
Because if it does, I'm changing all of them to VA financeable on my listings.
Because they're between 424 and 450.
They're
They're
$455.
$455 list price, so.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So those of you that are on the
That would help.
screen, this is a mock-up that this article had done. So this isn't like, oh, all the rates are changing. This is what the internet would look like if net neutrality were to pass. For custom internet, you might be able to, watch some TV. For preferred internet, you would get Facebook. So immediately we add $10 a month if you like to go to Yahoo, Bing, or Amazon. You still don't get Google. All right, for $80 a month, now you get to touch Google and maybe go to sports and check your sports online. But for $90 a month, we're going to let you go to Netflix.
So it's
So-
like cable where you have to pick your
Yeah.
channels.
Yeah.
It's
It's exactly what this is doing to the internet. You will, for custom internet, you'll get everything out there from the Animal Planet, of the internet. But if you see it listed down here, you won't be able to get to Amazon. Oh crap! All my passwords and everything. It's just so good. Amazon, everything. I'd have to cancel on my weekly delivery of toilet paper. Yeah. we don't go to the store for toothpaste. It just shows up.
I was gonna say dog food, yeah.
I couldn't see myself living without some of these sites. Okay, it's going to change the way you think and the way the world thinks with net neutrality.
So how are they, so there will be, you could have one on your phone and you could have a different one at your
Yeah, because on your phone, you're going through Sprint, and they're not part of this. You know, AT&T is not part of this. So but be careful. AT&T, I think, is part of a merger, so they would probably be getting the same crap on there. Exactly. I honestly think that what you will see, if these broadband companies keep making more money, one of them is going to gobble up T-Mobile, which is the largest one in the world. But, imagine how they try to take over your phone and make you think the same way and pay the same things. Anyway, enough about this, because I honestly don't think that you're going to be able to write your congressman fast enough for them to be able to make this decision here in December.
You're not gonna be able to donate enough money to them.
Right. that's-
Exactly.
Yeah.
They will, this might be defeated, so all we need to do is understand how it's going to affect your world. And perhaps we live with this problem for a year or so, and then we decide, or we all say how bad it really does exist and get rid of it, right? I don't know.
So I'm gonna make one more thing. In January, I'm gonna put on another seminar, probably either at the Presbyterian Church down the street here, because they got some meeting there, or at Rock Creek, one of the two. But one on probably one of the leading lawyers in town, who's my daughter, who's actually gonna put it on. Full disclosure, has the same last name. But she's been doing quite a few around because they're doing a lot of real estate work now. The idea isn't to necessarily get her more business, so don't do this. But she's pretty good at putting these on. And if you have suggestions of some legal stuff you want somebody to cover for you, you can certainly ask a lot of questions while you're there. But also, and I can have her come into the office one day if you guys want to do that too, one day. Steve's met her before.
I got an attorney need right now.
Yeah.
Does she do real estate now?
Yeah. So they're the in-house counsel for Premier Properties in Oregon, just in Vancouver, not in Oregon. Oregon's got somebody else. She runs it, and a lot of it's routine. I mean, a lot of the questions in this stuff is pretty routine for
Just
them.
Oregon and Washington?
Just Oregon. Yeah. So, but most of the cases that most of the people here will run into, they have Washington people in their office. So if you have Washington one, but again, my purpose wasn't to necessarily just promote her or promote her at all. It's more, I'm saying she's going to cover things like redlining, like making sure that when we're presenting properties that we're not inadvertently saying things to clients that you shouldn't be saying to them about locations, school districts, race, things like that. And a lot of things will surprise you that you're not supposed to even say, because it's like, well, of course I can say that. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm the least
Close to good ethnic food.
Right.
What do you mean by that?
Some of that stuff. So, granted, and the other thing that she still runs into a lot is people just contract mistakes that are common contract mistakes that people are making, or representations that people are making, things like that. So it's pretty good what they do, and it's really basic stuff that people run into all the time, and there'll be a lot of time for questions and stuff too. And if Steve, if you ever want to come in on a meeting, on a Tuesday morning meeting, I'm sure she can pull that up too.
Cool. That would be cool.
Yeah.
So I'll send an email on when that'll be like the 25th of January or something like that. I just want to get through the holidays and everybody get back into work mode in January and stuff. Also, if you have some things that you're trying to do in the meantime, if you want me to participate in some promotions and stuff, we're kind of bound by legally. We can only pay for things that we have space on. We can't just say, yeah, I'll participate in that anymore. Those days are
Will you
long
bring
gone.
bagels?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. But
Bagels are so good, right?
yeah, bagels are fair as long as I come, and I don't just mail them in. So if you have some things that, while it's slow, because most people have slowed down, especially right now. So if you have some things you're trying to do with people and you want me to participate in, monetarily, or flyers or mailings or anything like that you're working on, just let me know. We have to approve them, just make sure they meet the legal guidelines, but I'm happy to do that. We're going over, you guys you don't use Salesforce because you use Boomtown, yeah. So we're going over to Salesforce, and we're going to have a lot more opportunities for co-branding things with Salesforce than we had with our old stuff. So I'll have even just easy mailings that we could send out with you guys' names on them that are cheap and things like that too. It doesn't have to be high tech, everything perfect type stuff. So if you want to do
Salesforce is hoity-toity.
I don't know what they paid for it, but it's pretty nice.
It's really
got
nice.
a lot of stuff.
It's very expensive. We looked at it.
Did you? Well, our whole company's going on it, so I'm sure
They
they,
probably got a good deal. And
of course, they'll probably throttle it, so then we'll.
they'll throttle it. It'll be up there, yeah. They'll use
So,
it.
anyway, I don't wanna take up your whole meeting, but.
Okay,
if you-
cool.
Let me know if you have questions, and I'm spending time kind of not equal, I'm spending more
Oh, yeah,
time
no.
in Washington Square, but I'm still in the Beaverton office too, so.
You're over there now?
Both offices, yeah. Yeah, my processing's still out of Beaverton, but yeah, our main, partly because I'm right by by the underwriters and all of our funders and everything, so I can walk down the hall and say, hey, what the hell is this wrong, you know, that kind of stuff, so it's
Yeah.
more convenient. And I live 5 minutes.
Processors actually love that. Hey, what the hell?
Out. It's big on the box of him, get out. Thank you, Dave.
Anytime.
All right, well, hopefully we see you one more time. If not, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry
Do you have any more cards?
It's my
Yeah, I
first
just asked
one.
him
It's
that.
my first Merry Christmas.
No.
Great,
Yeah.
thank you.
And I think that's the Beaverton one, but either number.
Just 'cause the lights are up,
doesn't
right?
matter.
Cool.
I've got some things.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, thanks you guys.
Thanks.
All right.
See ya.
Thanks, Dave.
Hey, Dave, is the live broadcast working for you?
Okay.
What are you?
I can hear you just fine, Steve.
He said he quit because it was a 12-second delay.
It
I
was.
wasn't getting a delay, but I guess different people's internet.
He
Also,
was getting throttled already.
yeah, also, they won't be able to like talk or engage.
I know.
I didn't think of that. But,
Oh.
so he should be able to hang out.
Well, what we'd probably do is have a calling bridge. Then they can talk and engage. Anyway, all right. It didn't work, but